The two original power couple of Brandt Gate finally got their support in DBT 10, and I'm telling you, they are quite game changing. This video is sponsored by Phoenix Pharos Cards. If you need supplies of singles or splits for Cardfight Vanguard, especially the ones in the video, do check out Phoenix Pharos Cards today, and as a bonus, use the promo code MetaNerd to get an amazing 5% discount. And with that being said, let's get on with the video. Greetings YouTube, welcome back to the MetaNerd channel. I am Marcus, bringing you in a video for Cardfight Vanguard Willdress. In this video, we will be going through the power couple of Brandt Gate that has been put on the sidelines for God knows how long. And finally, they got some really decent cards, and alongside those decent cards, we actually do have some generic stuff, which, you know, all of Brandt Gate could definitely take advantage of that. Without further ado, let's take a look at what the support cards Seraph Snow as well as Orfist actually receive in DBT 10. First off, we have Aurora Battle Princess Grenade Marida. Grenade. Although when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, you may choose one of your opponent's card imprisoned in your prison. If you choose a card, your opponent put that card on the bottom of their deck. Choose a grade 0 card from their drop, imprison it in your prison, and this unit gets 5k power until the end of turn. This card is actually quite insane now that I read it once again, since the opponent could technically play around the cards that will be imprisoned by your Seraph Snow skills. This basically hard counters the play around for those tactics. So for example, if the opponent is basically leaving stuff that could benefit when they are superior called back from the prison, you can basically just choose those units, and the opponent must put them at the bottom of their deck, and you are able to choose like a useless trigger. Well, maybe not that useless if the opponent does run the effect critical triggers, but still, a draw trigger, a heal trigger, or a front trigger, or a normal critical trigger is a viable options to be put into the prison, because those cards does not really have a lot of value. And not only that, this card also gets a 5k, which is basically like a 13k booster for one turn, and after that she just, you know, she's a dead card after that. But still, you are able to get rid of some of the cards that could actually benefit the opponent from the prison, which is actually really good, and I think is probably one of the cards that Seraph Snow actually needs at the moment. While this might not be a 4-off in Seraph Snow decks because you have other stuff that is much better than this card, but I think 1 to 2 pieces of this card inside your Seraph Snow deck is going to give you like a very nice option to control what is in the prison. This basically shut down certain cards. Next up, we have Aurora Battle Princess Penetrate Aquas. Yeah. Although when this unit is placed on rearguard circle, your opponent choose a card from their drop and imprison it in your prison. Second seal, continuous rearguard circle and guardian circle. If 2 or more of your opponent's cards are imprisoned in your prison, this unit gets 5k power and 10k shield. And for the battle this unit attacks, when your opponent would call cards from their hand to guardian circle, they must call 2 or more at the same time, active on the opponent's turn 2. I mean, this is basically more shenanigans for Seraph Snow to basically put cards into the prison. I mean, as if the current grade 4 of Seraph Snow isn't doing enough, they give it even more ways to basically put cards to the prison. Very nice. Your opponent could still play around this, but judging from the fact that Seraph Snow is about to get the previous grade 1 that we talk about, is going to be quite disgusting if you ask me. Luckily, this is only an on place. It's not like every single turn, otherwise it will be quite broken. This is basically a 18k attacker, although I did put booster right there. That's basically an error. While still being a 10k shield for a grade 3 is very good. Although you could not intercept because it's a grade 3 and it does not really gain the intercept, you can always just throw this down from your hand, which is a 10k shield, provided if the prison has 2 or more cards. With the speed of imprisoning now, I think the requirement is quite easily met. Not only for this card, for the grade 4 Seraph Snow as well. And what's more, since for every 2 cards in the prison, your front row is able to get a 5k, and if your prison has 10 or more, the front row gets a crit. With this card as part of your front row, it's disgusting. Even if you want to perfect guard, you need to throw an extra card, which in turn take 3 cards out of your hand. disgusting. Simply disgusting. It's really brutal. And I think this is probably the card that will be putting Seraph Snow back onto the map. Next up, we have Cardinal Principal Lorfield. Although when this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle from hand, if your woe is Abyssal Dark Knight, cost Soul Blast 1 and call a Shadow Army token to a Rearguard Circle in the same column as this unit. So this is basically your auto ways to Superior Call tokens, because at the moment it is quite limited in terms of Superior Call the token. There is that promo that actually Superior Calls token as well as a grade 2, but other than that, most of the time it's just Orfist Regis is the one that Superior Calls the token. This card does actually allows you to Superior Call a token at the cost of 1 Soul Blast. It is actually quite similar to the promo as well as the original cat skill, although the promo and the cat here does need to sacrifice itself to Superior Call the token. This grade 1 does not really retire itself. You just need to pay 1 Soul Blast to Superior Call a Shadow Army token, which in itself is quite good since you are not sacrificing a rearguard to get another rearguard. You actually get 2 rearguards for this 1 soul. Very nice. And it does makes a 20k column with the token, and in a sense that whole column could still go up even further if of course you have multiple grade 3 world set order. Very disgusting. Next up, we have Cardinal Noid Grunder. Although when this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle from hand, if your world is Dark Knight or Abyssal Dark Knight, you may look at the top 7 cards of your deck. If you do, choose up to 2 world cards from among them, discard them and shuffle your deck. Second skill, Auto Rearguard Circle. At the end of the battle, this unit attack a Vanguard. If your world is Abyssal Dark Knight, cost retire this unit, choose a world card from your drop and put it into your hand. This is a really good utility unit. It basically filters your deck for up to 2 world orders and put them into the drop. Since you are able to recycle those world orders by Regis skill, it's basically just free. And not only that, this card does help you recycle those world set orders anyway. So you do have quite a bit of choices because all these 3 set orders are really good in their own right. Eclipse Moonlight Superior Calls a token. Grade 3 one I think is the last seen one. It basically just retires whatever is in the front row. It is an option. Don't write this card off. It's an option. And the other card is basically just draw 1. I mean, there is another grade 3 set order that you could discard to the drop zone and set up by writing Orfist Regis to power up your Shadow Army token. That card is also really good. Since at the moment you do not have any way for you to recycle your set orders, this card definitely helps you with that, and it's just getting more consistent from this point on. Very nice card, and it's a common. I'm surprised. For this kind of skill, yeah, I'm really surprised that this card is a common. Next up, we have Sickle Blade of Investigation, Habitable Zone. This is basically like those cards that, you know, activates upon discarding in the right phase. So as always, the only difference is the second skill. Active when this unit is placed on Rearguard Circle. If you personal right this turn, cost Counterblast 1, search your deck for up to 1 set order, reveal it and put it into your hand and shuffle your deck. Until end of turn, you can play a total of up to 2 orders, and the next set order you play can be played without paying its cost. So all of Brandt Gate at this point just full on Zorga at this point. This is probably the most broken one out of the 5 nations on right face discard card. This is the most broken one out there. The reason why I say this is that almost every Brandt Gate in existence, I mean their decks of course, will be able to put a use of this card depending on what set orders that they are playing. Playing 2 set orders is a huge deal for certain decks within Brandt Gate. Not all of them wants to play a lot of set orders. For Orfist, is definitely just chef's kiss. It's just good. It's just really good. You have all those options that I mentioned about in the previous card, and you can go even further by playing some other, you know, generic order cards. And not only that, the next set order you play is basically free. You could basically search out whatever set order with the skill from the deck, and that card can be played for free. Very nice. The grade 3 set order that powers up the Shadow Army token, yeah, you can straight away just set it up, and all of the Shadow Army tokens that you Superior Call from that point out is gonna get a 5k more power. Simply disgusting. And I assume this card will be the most expensive one out of every single card inside DB10. That's just my opinion. Eva, Heroes, Gravidia, Archive all benefits from the second skill, because the more set order that they play, the more value they actually get out of it. And it's probably one of the stapler cards that is going to be played in every single Brandt Gate deck moving forward. Very nice. Next up, we have Solide Sturmer. Auto Rearguard Circle once per turn. When a set order you play from hand is put into the Order Zone. This unit gets 5k power until the end of turn. You may look at the top 5 cards of your deck. If you do, choose up to one set order from among them, reveal it and put it in your hand and shuffle your deck. This is basically a 15k attacker while filtering your deck for more set orders. What more can you ask? This is possibly going to be a better Tecton, which possibly every single Brandt Gate deck is playing at the moment. This is probably just gonna give even more consistency in getting the set orders for any Brandt Gate deck that basically play this card. At this point, there's literally no excuse saying that you could not get your set orders for your whole deck to function. With the amount of consistency that Bushiroad is giving Brandt Gate for all of this kind of consistency, there is literally no excuse. Unless you keep whiffing your top 5, then that's on you. It's a skill issue. This card is just insane. I am literally out of words with the amount of support that Brandt Gate has got over the course of, 10 booster sets at this point. It's just really good. I have no words. And that is all for this video. Do let me know down in the comment section of what do you think for the supports that Seraph Snow as well as Orfist gets, as well as the whole of Brandt Gate gets as a whole. Do like and subscribe if you like this video, and of course don't hit the bell notification icon so that you don't miss a video I upload. With that being said, I'll see you all on the field.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, go.